Hello, everybody, it's Tim here again, here with another movie review, this time for Wakanda Forever. And yes, this video is going to be a little dark because I am reviewing this outside after just now seeing Wakanda Forever. Just to go ahead and jump in to say it, the first Black Panther movie was one that I didn't love. I know it resonated with a lot of people, and that's cool. It did tackle some like African American issues and stuff like that pretty well. And in my opinion, Michael B. Jordan was kind of the best part of the movie. Overall, I gave the original Black Panther like 3 out of 4. I thought it was good. Didn't love it, but I did like it. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, I'll just go ahead and say I'd give this a 2.5 out of 4. It's alright. This movie was stuck in a very tight spot with the whole death of Chadwick Boseman in real life from cancer, which is extremely sad. He was a good actor, even though he was like never like my favorite Avenger or anything. But he was good in the Black Panther movie, and he was I liked him better in Civil War. I actually thought Black Panther worked better in like his own movie. The other problem with Black Panther is that everybody in like Wakanda and stuff seems to have superpowers, like all the bald-headed chicks. So just having like Black Panther have superpowers or whatever doesn't really seem like he's like that more special than anybody else. So it really never registered that much with me. But overall, the black issues and how it tackled it with Michael B. Jordan's character and all that was the most interesting aspect of that movie to me. And so that's why I give it a 3 out of 4. I thought it was a good superhero flick. This one, it's easily a 2.5 out of 4. It's overlong, it's too long, and this movie is just a little bit too dreary and almost too depressing. It doesn't have enough moments of levity, and I get why it's like that, because Chadwick Boseman passed away in real life, so they wanted to make that part of the plot. But honestly, after watching this, I wasn't in favor of recasting, but honestly, after watching this, they probably should have just recast T'Challa, because you can really feel like this is the B team in this movie. Like, the movie's more of an ensemble film. There's not really any main character, which is part of the reason why it kind of feels like it drags a little, and maybe like feels like it's kind of overlong and just kind of meandering, because there's not really any main character in it, and just kind of just like goes through the paces of just like random characters teaming up at certain times and trying to figure out what to do and all that. By the time you get over halfway through the movie, Shuri like recreates the purple flower or whatever, the blue flower, and becomes the new Black Panther. That's the most logical way to go. Her character should have been the main character of this movie from the beginning to end. She's really not until like over halfway through the movie. But yeah, for the rest of it and all that, they had to like put Chadwick Boseman's like real life death as part of the movie, which is understandable, and I kind of commend them for that, for opening the movie with his death. I mean, he died of some random disease or sickness or whatever that they never specify, which is pretty weak that this place can cure all these things, but they couldn't cure whatever disease Black Panther had or T'Challa had. It's kind of weak writing, but they have to do it that way if they're going to integrate his death into the movie. Which at the same time, though, after you watch the movie, it really just feels like the B team. Like, without Black Panther like leading the movie, there's like really no central character in this flick, and that's the problem with it. Angela Bassett is acting her ass off in this movie. The dude that plays Namor, the Aquaman ripoff character or whatever, which I know he isn't, because I believe he was created before Aquaman. He was around at the same time, but Aquaman came first. So when I'm seeing him here, he's like, this dude's okay. He's just not that interesting. He's okay. Every now and then there's some of the scenes where he's got to be like super brutal and stuff like that. Eventually he kills the queen, Angela Bassett. He does a good job in those types of sequences, but whenever he talks more, he just kind of looks like a nerd who like worked out at the gym for a while and is still kind of skinny. Who got into like decent shape. But yeah, that's what it really feels like here. But Shuri, when she actually becomes a Black Panther by the end, she does a good job. She's fine here. The Ironheart chick is a scientist that they got to protect, because the Namor dude is like trying to kill her because he wants to like wage war on the surface world or whatever. The Ironheart chick, when she actually becomes Ironheart, she's pretty much just like a plot device to the whole movie of somebody for them to like protect and chase after her. She doesn't really... Not really that interesting. I like her suit, though, when she becomes Ironheart, which is the new... I guess going to be the new Iron Man replacement character. They had to have one eventually. But she's just not that interesting either, and when she tries to like do like comedy relief, it kind of falls flat. Once you get to the end and all that, and Shuri becomes like the main character and everything, pretty much, and she has a vision on the spiritual plane with a cameo by Michael B. Jordan, which is cool. And he's like, "Are you gonna be like your brother? Are you gonna be like me and get shit done?" That was kind of cool. And she comes back and she ends up whooping Namor's ass, which is like, did Shuri even have any weapons training or fight training? It's like, well, I guess because he's a member of the royal family, she had to have some. But it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick here because it's getting darker out here and it's probably hard to really see what the hell my face. But, or maybe if I adjust the camera. That's a little better, not too much. But yeah, I'm also going to wrap this up because there's really not much more to say about this film. Once again, this is not bad. Overall, it's alright. This is an alright time killer movie. I would never watch this again. When Black Panther 3 comes out, I probably won't have any reason to see this one. I would watch the first one again. I didn't love part 1, but I did like it. I didn't really like this movie, but I didn't hate it either. It's just alright. It's just overlong. When Shuri becomes the Black Panther, like I said, she does good, she's fine, she's all about vengeance, but in the end, she spares Namor after kicking his ass, and he goes back to his own people, and it's like, this alliance with Wakanda will allow us to eventually take over the surface world or whatever. So basically, the guy's still an asshole. He hasn't really learned much, not yet. I'm sure they're going to bring him back for a part 3, though, so he can have some sort of character arc or something eventually, where he becomes more noble and everything. Or maybe he'll just stay an asshole and he'll think he'll have to wage war on the surface world, but it'll never happen. Who knows? But it ends with her burning like her ceremonial dress or whatever, finally grieving for the loss of T'Challa, which was pretty cool. I like that ending and how it capped off the movie. But yeah, overall this flick is just kind of too long and just doesn't really have any like sense of urgency to it because there's no real main character for the entire first half of the movie. So by the time it gets to Shuri being the main character, it almost feels too little too late. And when she's just being herself, her standard like scientist self, she's just kind of okay. The bonus scene at the end is where they show that Black T'Challa has a child with the chick he had a romance with in the first one or whatever, which I guess they're setting him up to be the new Black Panther in the third movie to like take over or something while Shuri is queen or whatever. So I guess they could just have like multiple Black Panthers, and the kid can be like the main one. That can be the plot of number 3 is him learning to accept, the destiny of his father or whatever and all that kind of shit. That can work. Overall for this one though, 2.5 out of 4. This movie's a bit too morbid and stuff. I mean, I get why it's trying to be darker and all that because it's trying to deal with the death of Chadwick Boseman and everything, so it feels like it has to be extremely self-serious. But it really zaps a lot of fun out of it. And you only really feel that connection though if you think about the Black Panther character as being more than just the character. If you think about it as like Chadwick Boseman who passed away. If you watch, like me personally, when I watch movies, I don't connect them with real life and what happens to actors in real life. I just watch the movie as the movie. So I'm just watching this as a film. I'm not really factoring in Chadwick Boseman's real life death. So I'm just seeing this as a movie for the most part. And I don't really feel it. Like Black Panther, the character in the first movie, he was good. He wasn't anything major or amazing in terms of the Avengers team and all that, but he was good. Chadwick Boseman was good. But yeah, overall, having this whole movie focus on like his passing and everything and being super dreary and all that, not having a lot of fun moments, it just kind of makes it feel just kind of dragging, really. And just kind of not eventful enough, not fun enough. There need to be a little bit more energy to this flick. It's just kind of overlong, kind of dull in a lot of spots. But it's not a bad movie. It's just like, alright, time waster. I'll never see this again. But I didn't hate it. It's alright. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again.